Hey all, Jen here. I wanted to ask the cards what things are going to be like over the next 3 months as we continue into, as we move through the rest of this year, the rest of 2025, and move it through the holiday season. So, what should we be? I'm wondering if the cards could help us understand what are the true behind the scenes energy over the next 3 months in the United States. True behind the scenes energy, the US, and then we'll ask globally after that. Three, two, one. True behind the scenes energy over the next few months in the US. Interesting that it shows some positivity moving into sovereignty, because we actually did some earlier readings where it looked like there are things that were probably going to go down. That might be a little concerning. But it looks like there's something very positive on the horizon. So I'm curious what this Ace of Swords is all about. I mean, it could be financial, but it definitely looks like, I mean, this is really extremely positive. Moving into calmer waters, vibrational resonance. For those of you who are watching this channel, you've probably done some work on yourselves. You probably have done a lot in terms of understanding energy. You're probably on your own path very strongly. And this might be a message that is extremely hopeful and extremely optimistic that says, stay on this path because you're on the healing path right now. That the US is on a healing path. I mean, that's its true behind the scenes energy. And if some folks actually believe that all the bad stuff has kind of already taken place in the background. And if we're asking the behind the scenes energy is everything is actually really good right now because all the bad stuff has already happened, but that doesn't mean we haven't necessarily seen it play out in the movie. But when you watch a movie, you sit there, you eat the popcorn, which I hate that metaphor, that reference, but you literally sit in the audience and you watch something. I don't always eat popcorn, it gets stuck in my teeth. So I eat chocolate covered raisins. So you can sit there and eat your chocolate covered raisins and you can be terrified as you're watching the movie and you can gasp and respond and cry and have all these wonderful, beautiful emotions. But then when the movie is over and the lights turn on, you walk out and you go to your car and you go home and life is still good. I almost feel like we need to think of life like that. Really watch it from a third party observation. Don't get stuck in the drama of the things that are about to unfold because all the negativity has literally already happened. We do need to have the movie play out, but there's no harm right now. Actually, everything is kind of set up to kind of usher us into this next phase. I'm going to ask globally as well. Show me the true behind the scenes energy of other countries around the world. Show me the true behind the scenes energy of planet Earth. This might be an interesting question because there might be still things to uncover. Show me the true behind the scenes energy of planet Earth. Change of perspective. Yes, things are good. And planet Earth is going to actually start to give back to its people. But there's a change of perspective in terms of what is being given. Because we're entering into a period of great peace and victory. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. I'd like to clarify the Hanged Man in terms of what is the change of perspective of how things work, of how your government works, of how communities work, of how we collaborate with each other. We're actually going to find that we're going to collaborate in a different way. What's this Wheel of Fortune? There's going to be an abundance of resources that are going to be provided to all of humanity in the very near future. So I think what we're going to find is that we're going to interact with each other in a different way. All of our needs are going to be met. This feels like a bit of a nirvana type scenario, but that's actually what the cards are saying because we're manifesting it. What are we manifesting? We're manifesting our own happy ending finally. There's the World card. We are moving into a period of joy, of peace, of prosperity. And I know it feels far-fetched because we have been taught over decades and over millennia to be at war, to have conflict, to see division among people and division among countries and all sorts of reactions that take place if you say or speak or do anything in the wrong way. Someone brings a gun out or someone's looting a store and it gets on the news and it's been overly sensationalized. And I think the people are done with acting that way. The people don't want it anymore. And when we see cards like that card that has the sound of awakening people from their slumber, right? It's being able to see on the other side of the veil and realize, what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. And I think what we're trying to accomplish is living in a world that's deserving, that we deserve to have. We deserve to live in this type of an environment. And it doesn't have to be drama and chaos forever. That stuff has to stop at some point. And I think what the cards are trying to say is at some point it does. And so actually, here's a mission for you. Be on board with having things be okay. Be on board with getting your nervous system aligned with knowing that things can be good and positive, and you don't have to have drama and strife in your life. How about that? How about you manifest that? How about you start manifesting good stuff in your life? Abundance, people collaborating, things working out for you, synchronicities on a global scale, world peace, right? That is actually possible. And it's so sad for us to think that we're jaded and trained to think that it's unattainable, that it's something to laugh at a beauty pageant as an answer. But guess what? It is actually possible, but you have to manifest it for yourself. And for every individual who continues to manifest that, then imagine what the collective starts to do. The collective starts to heal. And so you being on the forefront of humanity, watching videos like this, knowing that you have the ability to create your life, having sovereignty, having abundance, having collaboration, having peace, having reciprocity, giving and receiving. And that's very healing. And to know that that's possible, you better believe it is. And so start acting in your life like it is. Yes. And this is a very heart-centered conversation and very heart-centered type of reading. But I do believe that this is possible. So I hope that you go out and have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.